You got to talk in the mic at least. Try that again.
Welcome back to the Juice, man. We have got an exciting episode today. We're not going to have a guest. It's just going to be me and Mr. Campbell on this one.
See.
And we are going to be talking Invitationals. We're going to be talking Opens, and we're just going to talk a little bit about what just happened here on Sam Rayburn.
Yes. What did just happen?
We had the Cast for Kids, Keith Combs,
Sam Rayburn
Slam.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Good event. Terrible weights. I mean,
that's the legs turning over.
Good winning weight, per usual.
Have you ever seen Rayburn turn over this? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm not a biologist. I don't even know what that even means, kind of.
You want me to explain it to you?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of know what it means, but you can go and give me an insight.
I'm embarrassed for you.
I kind of know what it means, but maybe I don't want to be wrong.
It's temperature change. So you have warm surface temperature, and then when it cools off really rapidly, it falls. And then the lake.
But what is that? Something has to do with oxygen levels. It has to, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, colder water has more oxygen in it.
I'm talking about the brown, the nasty
that's coming
looking,
up from the bottom, so the lake is
brown
flipping.
Bubbles. Yeah,
because of the temperature change, it's falling.
Yeah, well,
and I could
don't
be
know
saying
if that's
this all
what
wrong too, but
I don't know if that's what it is or not. I just know typically it gets pretty tough this time of the year, anyways, during that summer fall transition.
Yeah, but when you have that turnover, it just messes up the whole oxygen level and everything.
I'm sure it's not helping. I just know that.
Whatever. We sound super official.
The winning weight was, up there around the 25, 26 pound mark.
Tater.
I heard on
dude is on them.
I heard on BTL they went down the list of like top 10 names in bass fishing, and his name came up. Tater Reynolds came up. Good for him, man.
Dude's killing it.
Catching some giants, and I think they had an 11.5 and a 10 in that one, and they had like 25, 26.
Keith told me that the story they told was at 145 they had 4 fish for 6 pounds.
Wow.
Caught those 2 giants back to back.
Well, maybe that's the case. I don't know. Tater's not here, but either way, that was the winning weight. But second fell down to Derek Mundy and Jason Bonds, and they had not even 18. They did have 18, but they had a dead one that dropped them below 18, and then it just plummeted from there.
Yeah, last place check, I think he paid 12 places, was like 13 pounds.
Barely 13, 16. And me and Shane, we are just real intelligent. I'll just say this: we threw back our fish. I think we had an easy 13. But in our defense, 13 rarely.
Team Derby, the name. There were some really good fishermen in this one. I was like, no way.
No, we didn't really and truly. We didn't give it second thought. We started pulling them out of the live water, let them go. I'm like, man, we might have a little bit more than I think. But we're like, even if it weighs 14, and we ain't gonna get paid.
Yeah, even if a heavy 14, I'd be like, nah.
That ended up like heavy 14, 15 was in the like top
5.
Yeah, which is crazy. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. We got a Bassmaster Open coming up on Rayburn on October the 20th.
2 weeks.
That's going to be interesting, man. I think you're going to see a lot of the same. Now, I'm not sitting here saying – keep in mind, that was a team tournament with locals that do fish this lake pretty regularly.
You think it's going to be that tough still?
I don't know if it'll be exactly as tough, but there's no way it's just going to skyrocket and get better.
I don't know, man. All this cool weather.
We'll see.
Light switch.
I know for me, I don't know if it'd be a good thing or a bad thing. I think it'd be good if it stayed pretty tough, but I think
they're gonna bite.
I can say this now before we even get there. My prediction is if you've got 55, you're gonna be hunting. That's a 3-day total.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's heavy. I don't think it's gonna go that.
That's 18 a day, right? 18 is 54.
Yeah,
18, 36, 54. 18 a day is going to be – I think it's going to be –
I guess.
Now, I think
that's probably right.
I think you catch 18 day one, you may not be like in the lead or something like that, but you go repeat it, then you're going to be on up there, and then you do it again that final day, and it's going to get nasty. The only reason I say that is I know it's going to be a little different, but the last time we had an event like this, multiple day solo was in the end of October as a Toyota Series in 2020. Our boy Blake Schroeder almost pulled that one off. Aaron Johnson ended up winning that one. And
that's right.
That was about that total. 54, 55 was that winning weight. So I think if you can do that consistently, you'll be tough. You'll be real tough.
Oh, no doubt.
So anyways, biggest reason we're here today is to talk about the MLF Invitationals. They went from the pro
Is that the full official name? MLF Invitationals?
I'm sure it's MLF, Big Five, Invitationals, Boyd Duckett, Pockets Money, whatever. I don't know what it is. But I just know that it's MLF Invitationals. I actually got the invite, guys. So we got the invite on the email here. We're going to dive into that email and kind of talk about.
Are you allowed to do that?
I don't care.
Man, the guy making waves, not even in the organization yet already.
I mean, I'm not talking bad.
No. We're not here to do that. We're just here to
Not
kind of
yet.
talk about the difference between
Not
the pro
yet.
circuit and the invitational. I don't.
So let's just give a little backstory from what the pro circuit was, to now what it's became.
So, all right, let's go all the way back to FLW. FLW Tour. Then when it was purchased, became MLF. It kind of became second tier to the Bass Pro Tour, the BPT, which is kind of their top rung of the ladder. And then they kept calling it the pro circuit. And then now they've just now told you guys that it's no longer going to be called the pro circuit. It's going to be called the Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
And their argument is that they've been losing money for the last 3 years.
Operating at a loss.
Millions,
supposedly.
At the pro circuit.
At the pro circuit.
Maybe not the full organization, but the pro circuit is losing.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go over some of that here in a minute too, because I kind of put the numbers together and you can see the payout and reason why.
I think the biggest key thing to touch on from the pro circuit now to the invitationals is one, there's no championship. That's kind of a big deal. There's a no entry fee championship, paying out a lot of money. I think it was like $200,000 or.
So the one that Spencer Shufford just won, that was a no entry fee.
The title series, I believe so. I mean, pretty sure.
I don't know.
Pretty sure. Whether it was or it wasn't, it's not there anymore. The title championship is gone.
You got that up? Look it up while you're here.
Look up what
is the?
Find out. Doesn't, dude. It's not there anymore. That's what really matters.
It is gone.
It's gone. That's a big one. Two. The invitationals, we're going to get into the payout, but one of the big things was it was paying all the way down to 75th in the pro circuit. Now it's only paying to 50 in the invitationals, and the payouts is not exactly the same. And we've got the numbers here. We'll go through that shortly, but it's not as good. I mean, that's just point blank how it is. The pro circuit payout was better. So that's two pretty big points about the changes.
3 days instead of 4 days.
It's 3 days instead of 4 days. Cumulative weight, they do not zero the weights on the final day anymore. They take the top 50 to the final day. And it's not just 10 anymore. Take top 50 the final day. So if you're fishing that final day, you're guaranteed a paycheck. And last check, 50th place is $8,000.
Entry fee stayed the same.
Entry fee stayed the same. They're actually a little cheaper. It was $35,000, I believe, for the pro circuit, and now this is 30 because like one less.
So that means the championship was not.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense then.
Okay. We just solved our own.
I guess because it was that they say that in the slide.
Because it's 6 events, 5,000 an event.
Yes, but they do say that in the slide. Cheaper entry fee. You know how they like to. Yeah,
but it's not.
Yeah, and so
per event, it's not. Still 5,000.
Also, one thing to note is first place for the pro circuit win was 100,000, and it's not that anymore. Unless you have a Phoenix, it's 115,000 for the invitationals. It's only $80,000 if you don't have a Phoenix, though. I say only $80,000. I mean, that's still a good number, but it's not what it was.
So, but the payout stayed the same, or not the payout. Excuse me, the entry fee stayed the same, but the payout is going down.
Correct. They claim the entry fees went down, but not really. So $5,000 a tournament.
Yeah, no, it's 5,000 per tournament.
I know, but that's what they said in the slide. You know how it is.
Naughty.
They also say in the slide that $115,000 is for first place, and they put a little asterisk beside it, and then at the bottom right-hand corner it says Phoenix bonus.
It's like the thing we say batteries not included.
Yeah.
That's for Phoenix guys only.
Now, if you win one of these invitationals, this was not the way in the pro circuit because they had their own championship for the pro circuit. If you win one of the invitationals, you get to go to the Red Crest, which is like the classic of the Bass Pro Tour. It pays a good amount of money. I think it pays about the same. Obviously, it's not the classic and stuff, but you know what I mean. And then if you win Angler of the Year, year into RedCrest as well. Rookie of the year, I believe, pays a Polaris Ranger 1,000. What else here?
So, and how many people qualify for
So
it?
now, yeah, and that's why it's
I know
called
that's where you're going.
the Invitationals. On the pro circuit, they were taking
10.
That's right. They did take 10 this past year. Now, that's been kind of flip-flopping and stuff. Our guy, Dakota Eber, almost didn't get in. He did get in, and he was like in like 5th.
Yeah, they didn't want to boot.
That's done some moving around right there, too, and that's a whole other story about. We'll probably get into that, too, with the whole MLF situation and the constant change and stuff. But top 8 from the Invitationals go to the Bass Pro Tour this time.
Only the top 8.
Top 8.
But they got to make room for the guys. Well, no, that's just the RedCrest. So only 8 guys can move up from the Invitational.
Correct. Now, if you have a double qualifier or something, I'm sure they'll go down.
Probably not.
Now, the Invitationals are going to be structured as a 150 angler field. The pro circuit it ranged. It was, he's got a sample here with 154 entries. I saw one where it had like 160. But they ranged. But this is going to be set at 150. And this is where I want to bring up my email. And we kind of dive in. Me and you've already kind of talked about this.
Get after it, bub.
So I thought it was going to be structured different. They had a meeting to all the current pro circuit guys about this, as well as the Bass Pro Tour guys. And I wasn't in on the meeting, but from what I gathered from everyone that was in the meeting, it was structured like this is in the email, but not exactly. Like there's some things that I didn't know. So let's
I'm sure the first paragraph of what you're about to read says there's an NDA and you can't share this with anybody.
Oh, you think?
Doesn't matter now.
Dude, no.
Too late.
Whatever. This is how this is going to go. Round 1 qualifiers, as they call it. Top 75 in points from the Pro Circuit Angler of the Year standings. So there's 75.
You already got the 75 from this year's Pro Circuit season.
Top 75 in points. They'll get the first round of invites.
Michael Neal, number 1.
Correct.
Hammer.
Dakota's number 9.
Also a hammer.
Round 2. Now, this came out. I don't even know what the heck this is. You tell me what the heck this is. Top 15 pros from the 2022 Pro Circuit based on lifetime Angler of the Year average, excluding their worst year every year for 4 years, not including in round 1 qualification.
So they're taking an average of somebody's career. So what that is to me is
a lifetime average, but excluding their worst year every 4 years. So if somebody's been fishing for 8 years, they get 2 of their worst years
wiped out.
They're taking 15 from that. And when I look at some of the names on there, I'm not going to get into them.
That's to get the vets in. I'm assuming you got some veterans on there.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into names, but
you don't have to. I won't make you.
There's 15 of them. That was not mentioned to me from the meeting.
That's just to keep. That's all that is.
Well, if I said a couple names, you know why. But anyways,
easy, man.
Top. Now this is where us, the peons come in. Toyota Series qualifiers.
The rookies,
the guys that thought they were qualified for something else. But the top 5 pros from each U.S. division of the 2022 Toyota Series is the round 3 qualifiers. Now there's 30 of them. So
from each region, 5 from each region.
Yeah, top 5. Unless they're double qualifiers, they're supposedly only going to go down to 10. We know how that goes. We'll see what happens here. But
so I'm counting in my head.
So 75, 15, and 30. So 75 and 45.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what is that. 120.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 120.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got the round 4 qualifiers, the 2022 All-American Boater, the TBF National Championship, and the highest finishing pro from the International Division of the Toyota Series Championship. It's 3 guys.
So we have 123 on the list.
Bass Pro Tour, the last, I guess, or no, these are still technically round 4 qualifiers. Bass Pro Tour pros who did not requalify for the 2023 Bass Pro Tour season. 7 of them.
So those are the guys that are on the bottom 10.
7.
There's only 7?
So because you added the 3, now the 7. Now we're at 130.
Okay.
And
who didn't
what?
Who didn't requalify for the BPT?
Y'all can go add that up, man. Some names on there. But y'all can go add that up. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to say that?
I don't even know.
Are you allowed to share that?
They're getting an invite. That's all I know.
So these were guys that were on the BPT
that did not make it back.
They had a bad year or two,
or
however they're calculating their average.
That. Yeah.
And now they got to go back.
Yeah, but they're giving them a spot on the invitationals. I mean,
So is that how that works? You get to the BPT. If you get knocked down and rung, you just go down one. You don't have to go.
That's
back
how
to,
this year
go back to the front of the line.
That's how these 7 guys are working.
Mm.
But at least, I mean, they at least they're letting them allowing that because they could knock them back all the way to Toyota Series. They do it all over again.
Wow.
And that's it.
And that's it. So we don't have 150.
No.
How many are we shy? We're shy about 25?
20.
20 guys. Where are they coming from?
I don't know, dude. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
And then just start pulling them. NPFL, I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from.
They just, I mean, is that for other BPT guys that want to jump in? They're going to leave 20 holes?
That could be a good, because it doesn't talk about those guys.
You know, like Jordan Lee, Justin Lucas.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because the BPT guys are allowed to fish this. But they don't clarify that in here. But of
course they are.
They don't have the list of the names.
Yeah, but you got BPT guys in the top 75.
Here we go.
Of course they're allowed.
I think you're right because it says entries from the 2023 Bass Pro Tour anglers fishing all 6 will be accepted at a certain date. Then entries from the 2023 Bass Pro Tour anglers fishing 5 or fewer. We didn't talk about this because
jackpotters.
You can jackpot the invitation
if you're a BPT guy, or anybody can jackpot them.
This doesn't say anyone. This does say the BPT guys.
So the BPT guys are allowed to jackpot, but you're not.
I think I am, but I'm not. I mean, I don't really.
No, they're not going to take you.
What?
They're not going to take you.
If I try to jackpot?
I talked to Mark. He said no.
They're not going to take me no matter what?
No, they're not going to take you if you try to jackpot.
Oh.
I know people.
Well.
They said, hey, tell your buddy Wyatt.
Any remaining spots will be filled by league invitation beginning at a certain date. Now,
so whoever they want to invite.
I think, but I think at least you had to, like, it's either it's going to be from the BPT, the pro. Think about this. When the top 75 start declining invites, they're going to go down the list for the pro circuit guys. Like, when the
does it say that? I don't like this. Dude,
I'm sure it does, but
I don't like this.
That's how this is going to go.
I don't like it.
No, they did explain that in the initial meeting, that's how that would go.
I don't like the mystery 30 holes or 20 holes.
Yeah, but like you said, that's probably... We'll find out.
Oh, yeah?
Like that stuff I sent you earlier with the graph.
Yeah.
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 So you got a level of... If you got to want to find out on one side, and then you got the bottom one.
Yeah. Finna find out.
Yeah. That's from Daniel Fennell.
Man, I will say, you and I have talked a lot about this, and your tone's kind of changed a little bit.
Look, man.
Maybe it's just the day. You just kind of frustrated with it.
I mean, it's not really that. I think everyone's frustrated with it. I mean, all the YouTube videos I've watched Christian Greco, who's fished this last season. He's not thrilled about it. Now, he did kind of say, and a lot of guys have kind of said this as well. It's like, it's bad and it's not good, but it's not as bad as it could have been.
As in not even having it.
Correct. Or even worse than what we're about to dive into and kind of talk here. And I agree with that. It could have been a lot worse, and it could be gone. And the pro circuit is gone. Make no mistake about it. But the invitationals did fill that void with at least a reasonable opportunity to make some money at a pro level.
I mean, it's got to be frustrating, especially from guys that are just now like yourself. They're just now qualifying. That bam, it's like qualified for the pro circuit.
Yes, that's what I qualified for, and as well as 29 other dudes.
And then now it's like, we're gonna do a little different.
To be fair, that's what all the guys in the pro
circuit. So you
circuit
committed to the Toyota Series to qualify for said pro circuit that no longer exists.
Yeah.
And now they're presenting you with, it's kind of like they dangled a carrot, and then they're like, you can't have this, but you can have this.
Yeah, and obviously it's been some time since the announcement. I've kind of got over that part of it. Like I said, it could be gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you got nothing to go to. They are at least
correct. The invitation is there, and it's on the line. And obviously, not only myself, but a lot of other guys that take the 29 other dudes that qualified the Toyota Series, but also all the Pro Circuit guys, all these guys that are going to get this invite, they got a decision to make. And really, in my mind, I guess I was going to say there's only one other route, and that would be the Bassmaster Opens. But I guess you got the NPFL is there, the Opens. I mean, I'm talking about guys that are looking at doing this professionally speaking.
Sure,
I think
as a career.
I don't know what other route besides this, the Opens, the NPFL, and just for me personally, NPFL is not on my radar. So it's this or the Opens, both in which are a qualifying circuit. But man, you've kind of discussed this. The money in the Opens just kind of ain't there.
Let's while we're on the money thing, let's go to that topic because I think that's really the biggest change for me. If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't care what you call it. You can call it whatever you want. I'm fishing for a big payday. I'm fishing at a professional level, at a high entry fee.
And these, to go on that, these will be covered live every day.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal.
It's a professional platform, no doubt.
That was a big deal for me. That's really...
No, it's more exposure for you and your sponsors and to build your brand, build your platform like we talked about with Livacy and stuff like that. But no doubt. But for me, if going into it, I want to carry what you call it as long as I have a platform to fish for a lot of money, potential to make a living.
Oh, 100%.
And there is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but we're talking way less. So here's what I pulled. I don't even remember which event it was. 154 entries. This was a Pro Circuit event this year, 2022. They took in $770,000 in entries. $5,000 a pop. The payout surprised me. I did not know this. The payout was over 100%. Like 109%.
Which is just...
They paid down to 75th place. The winner took home $100,000. They did not have a Phoenix, so they didn't get the $35,000 contingency. But the total payout was $843,000 for 154 boat field.
And yeah, that's how you did your math there, because I'm kind of just skimming over the 276 plus 110. I didn't know.
Yeah, so these were the different tiers. So that's like the top 10 was 276,000. Okay. Then this was like 10th, 11th through 30th.
Okay, got you.
Then somebody got some weird 10,700. I guess had some like $200 contingency bonus.
Okay. So you're looking at the payout.
250. Look at that. I mean, that was
they took
10 guys. They had 25 guys that got $10,000.
Yeah.
So that's where you get that. And then they had another that got like 8,500. Then it went down to like $5,000.
$5,000. Yeah. But you said there's 770 in entries, and the total payout
was 843,700. That's for one event. So
Over.
they paid more than 100% of the,
which is just phenomenal.
It's really good.
I don't even know who else does that.
I didn't have time to do bass and BPT. I'd love to see that. I'm sure they're at and above the 100% because
that's really good. I mean, that's not bad.
No, but then when you compare it to the Invitational,
yeah.
So at 150 guys, you're going to take in 750,000, and based on the payout that they've showed you, sent you that email, presented that slideshow, they're going to pay back 622,000. That's down to 82% payback.
Correct, and they said that.
That's a $220,000, a little more, $220,000 swing
that they're taking out of the pot.
It's no longer going back to the anglers. It was before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm about to pull up the slide right here.
That's per event. That's not.
Yeah, 82% payback. Correct.
Yeah, 30. I checked their math because they put that stinking little asterisk on there.
33% of the field is paid. Yep, 82% payback. Yeah. So they're not hiding that.
They're not hiding that. But if you put that's $220,000.
Well, it's a simple fact is they're only paying the top 50 now, and they paid all the way to 75th.
And they took money off the top. First.
Well,
second went up. First went down.
Yeah, second went up.
Actually, really, first was the only, in the top 10. I think first was like the only one.
I mean, I can roll you through the Invitationals payout right quick. It's really simple. First is $80,000, unless you have a Phoenix, is 115. Second's 50. Third is 20. Fourth is 18. Then 17, 16, 15, so forth, all the way until you get to 10th. 10th is $12,000. 11th through 30th is $10,000. 31 through 50th is $8,000. Big bass each day for day 1 and 2 pays $1,000.
Yeah. So keep in mind here, we're talking about the money side of this here. $220,000 per event, 6 events, over $1 million. They're no longer paying out to the anglers in this season.
Yeah, because you got 622.
On top of that, their operational expenses are going down because now you're going from a 4-day event to a 3-day event. I don't know what it costs per day for them to have a live show and have weigh in and have
that's gonna.
You got employees and stuff out there staying in hotel rooms. This is one less. I mean, you're talking a lot of money that they're saving, not only just from the payout, but also from their
sponsor dollars.
Well, their day-to-day expense.
Yeah,
that's my beef with it.
Well,
I don't care what you call it.
So, well, you think you're the only? You think?
No, I know I'm not the only one.
Everyone's
but I'm
beefing
just like
at that. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's the first time.
That was the first thing that
everybody knew the payout went down, but I knew it went down, but I didn't know how much until today.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you put pen to paper, it ain't real pretty.
No,
but when you start talking about the situation that I'm in, a situation that a lot of other guys are in now, when I talk about, hey, it's the Invitationals or it's the Opens. Talk a little bit about that open payout.
So we'll go down the Opens payout because he just mentioned that as well. 225 entries. They've been filling the field. It's 225 guys. This was the first event in Florida, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this may look a little different, but
okay. So to be clear here, the numbers are gonna sound a little different because entry fees for Opens is $1,800. It's not $5,000.
Right
now. For now, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
405,000 entries for 225 entries. Total payout of $288,050, which was 71% payback.
Yeah, the numbers can be what they want, but it's a percentage that means something here.
Well, it is. It's 71% payback. Not good. But
no, it's not good.
But the argument I'm going to make comparing the Opens to the Invitationals is this. You go to the Opens for an opportunity to qualify for the Elites or the Classic. Yeah. Nobody goes to the Opens in hopes of making money. I mean, we all want to win money. Don't get me wrong. Everybody who fishes an Open wants to win money.
Yeah, there is money there if you finish top heavy.
You got to stay in the top.
Yeah.
But if you look at your traveling all 9 and paying the entry fees, even if they stay at $1,800, bro, you have to have a phenomenal year to be profitable.
No, I understand that, but the Invitationals are just going to, and I'm not arguing this, but the Invitationals are going to turn around back and argue and say, well, we got the Red Crest that you qualify for and the BPT.
Sure, you qualify for Classic.
It's the same, same carrot.
No, they are becoming similar. The Invitational Opens are becoming similar. So let's talk about the rumor of the Opens. I mean, I don't.
Yeah. And I don't know when this is going to come out or if it even will come out. This is just rumors, and
they better hurry up.
I fished the most recent Open on the Red River. They got one coming up on Hartwell tomorrow. There was talks around the open field. Anytime you get all these guys together, rumors start flying, like I said. So we don't know if this is true or not, but the rumor is, and hopefully this comes out after we post this and we hit the nail on the head here. But the rumor is it's going to be the Opens is going to increase to $2,500 a tournament, which will
increase the payout.
They want to increase the payout, and that's why they would increase the entry fee. I don't know what that payout will look like. I don't know what the percentages will look. I mean, because 71%, dude, it just ain't
there.
That ain't it.
No,
that just ain't it, dude.
If you're thinking about going and fishing the Opens and thinking it's an opportunity to make money, like it's a trail where you can make money compared to the pro circuit, where that was actually a trail once you're in that, there's some money to be made in that payout.
In the pro circuit.
Yeah.
There's
not the Invitational.
There's some money to be made in the Invitational. 82% isn't. I mean,
I just don't like the swing, man. That's such a drastic.
I know
swing.
it is a swing, but 82% is still like, you still got some money to fish for. It's a lot better than 71.
It is.
That's a huge percentage, dude.
Yeah, huge. The Opens has never been a big paying deal.
Yeah, but why should there's no excuse for it
because Bass has felt like their carrot they're dangling is bigger.
Yeah. Well,
better.
And
it's a better.
I mean, yeah, for the Classic,
and
the Elite Series.
And
the
Elite Series.
I get that. But now that you're fishing all 9, man, and you're making guys fish all 9 to get those carrots, not necessarily the Classic, but the Elite invite for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
there got to be some money in it.
I'll say this. So since they changed rules, and we already did the Bassmaster episode, how they went to you have to fish all 9 now to qualify for the Elites. And Ronnie Moore has done some interviews. Some other guys from Bass have done some podcasts, some interviews about their motive behind that. I think it makes sense. They want a little more elite ready angler.
Mm-hmm.
But the argument I'm going to make is if you're going to ask guys to fish all 9, the financial burden you're putting them in, the amount of money you're asking them to put forth for entry fees and travel, there's got to be a little more reward for doing good.
Yeah, well,
we there's got to be an opportunity to make some money.
We just sat here and talked about, when you say the Opens isn't about making money, it's about qualifying. It's like, what?
So I'm supposed to take a year off for making money?
Yeah. 9 tournaments across the country where they're going to do when you add the miles from the Open schedule now that's been released, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's a lot of miles. It's a ton.
It's a legit professional level travel circuit.
I mean, even if that's the case, I get the elites. I mean, the Opens are there to qualify for the elites and the Classic, all that. I get that. But that number, 71%, that ain't it.
No, I hope it goes up. I know if they do increase the entry fee, obviously the payout, I shouldn't say obviously, payout should increase.
Yeah.
Hopefully their percentage is a little better.
Yep. And the other rumor is, to the Opens as well, is that every day will be live covered.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see that.
And that, let's say, I mean, we don't know if any of this is going to happen. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the percentage is just not.
Yeah,
are you telling me Bass can't afford to go to 82%? They can't afford to do it?
I don't know, man. I can't answer that question.
Well,
we'll see.
I'm just saying. I think a lot of other guys would have that same question.
They're both good, really good platforms. I mean, the Opens has clearly been.
Oh yeah, it's hard to get into
the most sought after tournament trail to be a part of.
Yeah, it may be the route that I go. I don't know.
Whoa,
who knows?
Wait a minute here.
We're dealing with 2 balls here. All right, I'm gonna lay it down there like this right here.
Okay,
it's basically 2 balls of crap. Okay, and you got to figure out which ball is just a little less crappy, for use of other words. And that's the freaking truth, dude. I mean, tell me, is that not? It's not like oh man, yep, that's clearly better than that one. It's not like clear cut to me where it's like that's clearly better than that option when you're looking at the Invitationals and the Opens.
Well,
and not everybody's looking, and I know that not everybody's in that situation. But what about this? When you start talking about the Toyotas versus the Opens, what about the guys that didn't get an invitation to the Invitationals that are going to be looking at Toyota Series or Opens? Because I have seen an absolute just social media, just talk just nothing but good about the new Toyotas or the same Toyotas. But
yeah, so they've kind of they made some changes to the Toyota Championship. Again, they took away the $10,000 bonus for highest place finisher in the regional. This is in the Toyota Series Championship.
Yes,
they're bringing it back next year.
Yeah, which is awesome.
They're keeping the Toyota Series Championship. There was rumors that was going to go
away.
They're
keeping it.
They better.
I think the Toyota,
they'll lose everybody.
I think the Toyota Series is where I think this is an obvious statement. Like, we're making money over here on the Toyota side. This is it's arguably, I mean, for that level, I don't even know if it's arguably, it's the best at that level circuit, like bang for buck. When you start looking at the
no doubt
the money they pay out, and then the championship alone, man. Like,
that's the big thing you really got to qualify for.
Yeah, like I'm fixing to go to Gunnersville for the Toyota Series Championship in November, and they're paying out $200,000 for that joker for first place.
Yeah, plus you can win another 10 Gs, finishing highest place in your division.
Think not this year.
Oh yeah, that's right, not this year. Next year.
Yeah,
next year.
But
I get confused. They change it every year.
Look at it from a co-angler perspective too, man. When you start comparing the Toyotas and Opens, it's like me and my buddy Blake Scher were just talking about this the other day. He said he was talking to his co-angler at the Red River about. He's like, "Why do you fish these Opens, man? Like, why fish these and not the Toyotas? Like, if you're fishing the Opens to learn and stuff, and you're fishing Toyotas, it is what it is. But he said his co-angler was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, the Toyota Series, like, you have a championship where you qualify to win a freaking Phoenix boat at on the co-angler side." And he's like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah."
That's actually a really good point. I never even thought about it, because what's the carrot for the co-angler
in the Opens? There's nothing.
Nothing?
They can win money.
71% of what you put in. Wow, I never thought about that, actually.
Yeah.
So there's no way to get to the Classic.
Oh, there's no co-anglers in the Invitationals as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's something to just throw out there. But If I'm paying $5,000 a tournament,
Imagine the shakeup if they get rid of Opens co-anglers.
What if? Oh, man,
I don't think they will because they make money off those guys.
Well, I don't know. That's interesting. Actually, maybe that's why they're increasing the entry fee.
Oh,
because think about that. It's $1,800. So what's $2,500 minus $1,800?
$700.
That's what the entry fee is for a co-angler in the Opens. I think it is, right? What's a co-angler entry fee in the Opens?
I don't know.
Dude, it's right around that number.
$700.
It's right around that number. I think
we just solved this.
We might have just broke out.
We just broke it out.
You better watch out. We know. I'm about to go look this up, man.
Mathematicians here.
I bet you it's really close.
Okay. So, but I mean, that's a good point, though. I didn't realize that as an Opens co-angler, what are you fishing for? Other than a little bit of money.
You're learning.
Okay, so you get the opportunity to be paired with some good fishermen. But, I mean, Toyota Series got good fishermen.
I mean, a lot of them are the same fishermen to an extent.
Yeah, for sure. But no doubt that comparing those circuits and you throw in the Toyota Series, if you're just in it to like, where is the most value? Where is the opportunity to make the most money for my investment?
Co-anglers is $475.
That's it.
Yep. So that means I would take it even more.
So are they going to up? Well, now I want to know. Now you got my head spinning because now I want to know: are they going to up the co-angler entries if they're keeping co's?
But what it makes? I know this
co's
is
kind of serve as
off,
marshals too.
This is some freaking.
We're off on a tangent here.
This is some crazy stuff we might be coming upon here, guys.
Theory.
This is some conspiracy stuff. But if a co-angler entry fee is $475, and they're taking in an extra $700, they could easily afford to get rid of them. Plus some.
Yeah, but you got to throw back the payout. If they keep the payout the same, they go up to $2,500. Their guys are gonna be like, no,
they're still gonna fish them.
No, I won't.
They will.
No way,
dude. They'll come, dude. Just because of what you said, the elites and the classic,
the big carrot,
that carrot, the biggest carrot that swings. That's all I know, dude.
So what are you gonna do, man? Every time I talk to you, like
I was leaning towards the invitationals.
Actually, before you answer that question, you're a well represented guy, young man. You got some sponsors you've been talking to about.
Oh yeah.
Before the whole big, no longer pro circuit's called Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
You going around talking to some sponsors. Hey, good news! I qualified for the pro circuit.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to take that sponsorship to the next level. Put you guys on a bigger stage, bigger platform, more exposure. What do you think? Now, boom, they change it.
Mm.
What are you seeing from your? And you don't have to name names.
Yeah. So on my end, obviously, I still got a few left to talk to. But originally, when we qualified for the pro circuit, and it was that way for a while. So I had a long time after I qualified back in May to talk to these people before the change, because this didn't happen long ago. The invitationals came out. And it was pretty much nothing but support for the pro circuit. Nobody really, giving any second thoughts to anything. Like, they all just kind of had my back. And so now I will say, for the most part, I've really focused on trying to get sponsors outside the industry as far as like the money stuff goes, which is, I feel like, is the best route. You kind of talked about that. But so their minds, once it changed from the pro circuit to the invitational, hasn't changed much. Now, I mean, I'm sure they're not very happy with it, but I will say more of on the industry side, there's some talks that are going to have to be had now that this has changed.
Yeah, so as the industry as a whole, you think they're kind of showing a little less support for invitational guys?
I mean, I don't know, and everybody else's situation may be different, but I think so, man. I don't know necessarily why. If it's going to be live covered if there's live coverage every day and it's the same social media presence, I don't see it. But I don't. Maybe there's something else there. I don't know. I think when you start looking at it really from both sides, Bass may pull, their guys may pull more in general than MLF. So, that could be something. And I think that really, once you start comparing, that's kind of broad, right? Because you got to start getting down to the angler and how they promote themselves and like which angler is doing what. So I think that could come down to the angler more than the organization that they're fishing for.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I mean, that's the angler's responsibility too. So, no doubt.
But it's a lot, dude. It's kind of a mess.
It's going to be a really interesting year next year.
Yeah, once it all plays out.
Just to see, I'd be curious to see the viewership numbers too. Like if MLF is going to go live a bunch, the Invitationals, how that going to look compared to the Opens. Who's going to get more views? Who's going to get, I don't know, man. I have no clue what's going to happen in the Opens. I don't know if it's going to be more or less. They had 83 guys fish all 9 this year. I don't know. Think it'd be more?
So we had 80-something guys fish for 3 spots this season. Because if you fish all 9 this year, it was like they took the top 3. And now you've got to fish all 9 to even have a shot at qualifying, but they do take 9. So if you have 80-something fish for 3 spots, I think you're going to see
over 100?
Yeah.
But not 225.
No. I mean, maybe they'll prove me wrong on that one, but 225 guys just basically throw money into a pit, lighting it on fire. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Extreme.
Extreme. Well, I mean, if you have 225, maybe I should say 225 minus 40. They'll all light their money on fire. Then the 40 guys, they'll take some money.
Everybody.
Because I mean, only 40 guys get paid in the Opens.
Well, right now,
so
that changes.
Yeah, lots up in the air.
Whew. Honestly, I hope they don't even have 225 because that's my other beef with the Opens, right?
Right.
So you want us to be elite ready, right?
Yep.
You want us to be elite ready, but you're making us have a dog fight with 225 guys, and I'm going to say something that may not be popular. 125 of which don't need to be there.
I don't know.
That's harsh. I didn't mean it. You're all wonderful people, great fishermen. I wish you nothing but the best.
No, but that is true. The elites are,
and the elites is only 100.
Not even 100.
So you're trying to see who's the best. I mean,
and the lakes that they've been taking us to.
But you fished Opens. I fished Opens. When you have 225 guys on the water. But especially some of the smaller lakes.
Now I will argue. I was gonna say
savage.
I was gonna say if you're a preparer, and I said this on one of our other episodes about the Opens. If you're trying to prepare guys, you can't be taking us to places like you've been taking us.
Well, they didn't.
They did, and that's what I was gonna say. They didn't.
The new schedule is really good.
I
mean, we need to go over that.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's way better than it has before.
Oh yeah, I mean comparably.
Comparing to previous years, we're all wondering. I wonder what kind of suckholes are going to take us to.
I think you still got a few on there that you're not going to like.
The timing's a little weird on some. Let's go through.
We should talk about the invitational schedules as well as when you're done with the Opens here.
Opens is cooler.
We talk about both.
March, the very first one. March is Eufaula, Alabama. I think that's a good one.
Yes,
spawn event.
Definitely one of the better ones they've been to in a long time.
Yeah. Next one, Toledo, middle of April. April's not a great time. April's not a great time.
Don't be a slammer.
Whatever. Bugs Island, Clarksville, Virginia. I think it's also referred to as Kerr Lake.
I've heard good things about that
Kerr Lake.
Actually. I've heard good things
that's
about
May, the first week in May. Not bad. Don't know anything about it. Fine.
Smallies.
I like May. Wheeler, middle of May. So you got 2 in May.
That one actually might not. That one actually could be pretty.
I think that one would be good.
Yeah.
That one's one of I think I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
June, middle of June, Eufaula, Oklahoma.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Sure.
You'll be there.
I'll be there.
I might be there too.
July, St. Lawrence River.
Oh yeah.
But they're going out of the river. They're not going out of Clayton. Clayton gives you access to the lake more.
You're not allowed to go to the lake.
I don't know.
Oh.
I haven't seen the info sheet. I don't think there's an info sheet. But normally when they have it out of the river, they make the lake off limits. Huh?
You know where they're going out of?
Waddington. Whew. Way up the river. And the river's not the greatest in July, from what I understand.
No, but it'll
still be great.
Maybe
still
not
great
upper
fishery.
maybe not upper 20s a day, but you're gonna have low 20s.
Sure. September's rough here. Okay, so we skipped August. We go to September. Watts Bar.
That's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm sure a lot of fishermen out there know that a lot of people refer to September as Sucktember.
Well, it's just Watts Bar ain't real good, anyways. I don't think.
But I mean, it's not a good time of year to fish. It's end of summer, really hasn't transitioned to fall. Everything's still hot. You know, like this year, September was miserable. So back to back. So we leave Watts Bar and drive to Lake of the Ozarks
In
September.
Okay.
Back to back September weekends. That's busy 2 weeks. Then Harris Chain, Florida in October.
Think y'all are gonna catch them.
It's early October.
I don't care. Harris Chain's got freaking big.
It's got big. That one should be okay, but you know,
that
Florida's
is a wild schedule to go to Florida to end the season.
No river systems other than the St. Lawrence River. I mean, no like Sabine River, Red River, Arkansas River. None of those fisheries where you're begging for 5 bites, where 11 pounds a day gets you paid.
Watts Bar might turn into something.
Watts Bar is not gonna be. I don't know anything about it.
But yeah,
none of that stuff. No Ross Barnett.
Yeah, and I agree. That schedule's pretty.
It's a lot better. It's probably the best one I've seen last.
You just going through that list. I'm like, my mind's just wondering when you're going through that list. And I'm thinking about driving all these places, and I'm like, golly, I didn't think the list was ever going to.
Well, just take the back-to-back Watts Bar to Lake of the Ozarks. Those are 9 hours apart.
I mean, yeah,
you make the cut.
Which if you're on the elites, you're going to have to travel anyways. But I'm just saying, 9 freaking tournaments. If there ain't no money in them, it'll start wearing on you, dude.
From Florida to Texas.
It'll start
from New York to Alabama.
It'll start wearing on you when you start seeing that money pile up. And it's the same way with the invitations.
I'm hoping I see a pile up in my account.
I'm gonna go through the invitational schedule real quick because we actually go to a lot of the same places. Well, I say that we go to 2. We go to Okeechobee to start the season.
Typical.
February 8th to the 10th. I think there's an open right after us there.
Nope. There's no open in Florida.
Oh, not open now. The elites.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know what the hell happened to Okeechobee after this hurricane. I've heard there was some fish. They've seen fish floating and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of fish in that place, but that'll be interesting to see how much it's maybe changed from that place.
Yeah.
Clarks Hill Lake in Georgia. February 28th to March 2nd. So that's kind of around Hartwell. I think it's kind of like that place.
Okay.
Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma, which is where the Opens goes as well. April 14th to 16th. Not a bad time to be there. Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, May 4th through the 6th. And the Potomac River, June 17th to the 19th. That's going to be a good event. And then the Mississippi River, La Crosse, Wisconsin, July 25th to the 27th. So that's another thing that when you start considering these options, when you look at these two in particular, is like 6 versus 9. You know, when you start adding up the total dollar amount, what's it going to cost me to fish all 9 opens? What is it going to cost me to fish all 6 invitationals? It's going to be pretty dang close.
Let's look at the upside of that, though. I have 3 more opportunities to make the Classic than you have opportunities to make the Red Crest.
I didn't say I wasn't fishing the opens.
Yes, you are.
I didn't say
you're a MLFer.
I could be a basser.
You're an MLFer.
I don't know yet, man. All I know is that's when you put pen to paper and you give me if I take the names off of that and I show you the percent payback and I tell you what it's going to cost to fish this, what's it going to cost to fish this, here's your percent payback.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
You're going to choose the invitationals if I take away the names.
I'm going to choose the Pro Circuit.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about what we're dealing with now. The 2 balls of crap we've got here.
If you're really just about making an investment in yourself as a fisherman, and which trail can I go and fish to make some money? Toyota Series.
Yeah.
Look at the Toyota Series schedule. You got 2 at Rayburn.
Would you go on a limb and say the Toyota Series is like the best bang for buck out of like anything?
I mean, I don't know the percentage because
I'm talking about like Texas Team Pro Bass Champs.
If you throw in the championship money, absolutely.
Yeah.
You finish the top 25 in your division, you're going to fish for a lot of money. A lot of money.
10 grand if you beat 24 other guys.
Yeah, you only got to beat 24
Now,
guys.
they're the top 24 other guys
of your division.
Yeah.
But look at our division, Southwestern Division. Rayburn, Dardanelle, Rayburn. I mean, there's one tournament you travel to. I mean, even the regions are very regional, is what I'm saying. Minimal travel
for us. I mean,
and then you could go fish another division. It's only 3 events. You could go fish another division. It's not too far away from here.
Yeah.
But
it's such a tough decision, and you know as well as I do that's a tough call. But and we haven't made our decision yet between those two in particular. But when you start looking, when you start mixing the Toyotas and the Opens and then the Invitationals, that's another thing, man, about the Invitationals. If I did go that route, I would be jumping in Toyotas all over the place to get back to the championship.
Might as well.
I don't know if you could do that with the Opens though. If you fish the Opens,
well, there's some conflict. Like one of the Rayburn Toyotas conflicts with an Open. So if I go all 9 Opens, which I probably am, I won't be able to fish the full division. So there goes my chance of qualifying for the championship. Heck, I didn't even look at the championship to see if I could even fish it.
You can still qualify for the championship.
Yeah, no, you got to fish 5
through the overalls.
Yeah, you got to fish
the
5.
Wild card, I think they call it.
Yeah. Through a wild card.
I thought it was 4 more. Is it 5?
You have to fish 5 total events.
Got you.
But I mean, what's the Toyota Series Championship next year? Have they released the schedule?
Oh, were they having it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if they've released that yet.
Have they released the dates? Because I bet it conflicts with the Open.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, they probably have released that. Anyway, I know we're going to Gunnersville in
for this year.
Pretty dang soon.
We're getting a little long-winded now.
How long have we been on this thing?
Almost an hour.
We're doing
rambling.
I think we're doing pretty dang good.
I bet you half the people that started watching this already clicked off.
Okay.
Championships.
Yeah, Table Rock, November 2nd through the 4th.
Okay, so it doesn't conflict with an Open. But
it's
again,
always going to be in November.
9 Opens and then have to go fish 5 Toyotas.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll just see how the year goes.
There's just a lot, we just want to really make this episode to just bring to attention
mostly the invitational changes.
The Pro Circuit Invitationals, but then, the Opens and possibly what's coming. Possibly they stay the same. The payout percentages, I mean, those are real numbers. So, like I said.
What's that?
Are we back on?
I hope so.
Welcome back to the juice, guys. No, but seriously, when you start looking at everything, if you're even wanting to go down this avenue, if not, I get it. But if you're even wanting to go down this avenue of where do I go? Where do I start? Because what's coming from this, what's coming from that? It's really is a tough call, man. And there's no like clear cut avenue for either one as far as like the money goes. Unless you just go freaking do it like Dakota Eber and like almost win everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that good, so I just can't roll up and win everything or be in contention.
Or Nick LeBrun.
LeBrun.
He won 2 last year.
Back to back.
He back to back on the pro circuit the last year he needed to. Because he would only won $80,000 a piece in those.
But wait a minute, isn't he like in contention to qualify for the elites?
Oh, 100%.
I think he's going. Because didn't he fish all 9?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. He's going to have to make it to the Centrals.
Wish you all the best, LeBron.
He did make the BPT, so.
Oh, well, then he might go to that.
If he doesn't make the elites, he is going to that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Whoa, that'd be a tough call. BPT or elites?
No.
Not for you?
No, that wouldn't be a tough call at all.
Really?
Why?
Dude, the BPT's got some cheddar out there.
I know, but.
And you're fishing against less guys at once, I don't know, man. I wasn't a huge fan of the BPT thing.
Oh, bro.
I watched it a lot this year because our boy Abari was in it, Dakota Eber.
There is some money to be made in that joke.
And, man, watching him, I was like, dang.
I mean, when you're talking about the BPT versus the elites.
Maybe Dakota will sponsor me next year.
That's a whole nother subject, like that actually would be tougher than I would think. But I really do feel like I would choose the elites. I think you would too when it came down to it if you had that option.
Just because I like the 5-fish format better.
Yes, and the
Mostly.
classic.
And the classic. I mean, my dream is to fish the classic.
And so that's really, while we're on that to end this, that's kind of a big dilemma I got too, because like if I would choose the elites over the BPT.
Oh, yeah. Then what the heck are you doing going to the invitationals?
Because I didn't make the elites.
Yet.
I didn't this season. I did make the invitation.
Well, maybe next year's
pro
your year.
circuit. That's what I thought I made. But I did make the invitation.
Listen, man, I think we travel together.
Team Juice.
We get old Jack in there.
Yeah.
As our security guard while we travel. You know, his big ass up there. Get out the way. This is
Jack
Team Juice's hole. Unless you want to catch us.
All three of us qualify because
spoon to the dome.
All three of us qualify because we got Jack out there just hounding.
Just muscling people out of the way.
Directing people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, guys,
I
think I think we covered just about everything.
Sorry if we confused you.
I think we did pretty good.
Yeah.
We were confused on some of the stuff. We cleared it up.
If I was smart enough, I'd make a pie chart and put it up on the screen, but maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Yeah.
Might throw it up.
Ready to get this one released, see what y'all think about all this stuff.
All right. Well, stay tuned because Wyatt hasn't made a decision yet.
Till next time.